All right, let's get right into it. We're in the middle of a high-stakes digital war, a secret war for your vote. The weapons? AI-generated fakes, so good they're challenging our very perception of reality, especially when it comes to something as critical as an election. To defend ourselves, we first have to understand how this all works. This quote from the head of Instagram, it absolutely nails the problem. It means that our gut instinct, seeing is believing, is now officially outdated. We have to flip a switch in our brains. In this new era, we have to start with skepticism. It has to be our default setting. So, how did we even get here? Where did these impossibly convincing fakes come from? Well, it all starts with this brilliant, but also kind of scary concept that's become the engine for all this synthetic media. This is the core technology, first dreamed up by Ian Goodfellow and his team way back in 2014. And what's so wild about it is that it's not just one AI, it's two of them, locked in this endless digital duel. It's a constant competitive game where they just keep pushing each other to get smarter and smarter. Okay, think of it like this. You have a master forger, that's the generator, and an expert art critic, the discriminator. The forger paints a fake and shows it to the critic. The critic says, nope, that's a fake. The brushstrokes are all wrong. So the forger goes back, studies, and tries again, and again, and again. This cycle repeats, not 10 times, not 1,000, but millions of times, until the forger is so good that the expert critic is completely fooled. That's how deepfakes get perfect. So as the forgers get scarily good, the guardians have to get way smarter. This isn't a fight one company can win alone, which is why the tech world is now teaming up to create a brand new, coordinated standard for what's actually true. And that big team-up has a name, the Coalition for Content, Provenance, and Authenticity, or C2PA for short. This is a massive alliance, and they're building a technical standard to basically bake a certificate of authenticity right into our digital media from the very start. And just look at who's involved. I mean, you've got the software giants, Adobe and Microsoft. You've got the companies that make the chips in pretty much everything, ARM and Intel. And you have verification specialists like TruePic. This shows you just how seriously the industry is taking this threat. So what is this content provenance they're building? The best way to think of it is like a digital passport for a photo or a video. It's like a chain of custody. From the moment a video is recorded, it gets a stamp. If it's edited, it gets another stamp. This way, you can see its entire journey, from the camera to your screen, and know for sure if it's been tampered with. But let's be real, technology alone can't fix this. This is a huge societal problem, not just a technical one. And that's why governments are now stepping in to set some clear rules of engagement, especially for how their own agencies use this stuff. And this isn't just some vague policy proposal. This memo lays out really specific instructions for U.S. government agencies. It's basically saying, hey, you need to watch out for AI that could mess with elections, or AI that could steal your voice or your face without you knowing. It's drawing clear red lines around the most dangerous uses of this technology. At the end of the day, the goal is to build strong guardrails around how the government itself uses AI. The idea is to make sure that as they adopt this tech, it's done in a way that's lawful, safe, ethical, and trustworthy. They're trying to lead by example and build a baseline of trust. Okay, so we've got the tech that makes the fakes, and we've got the standards and the policies trying to stop them. But this whole technological arms race, it really comes down to the one thing that can't be coded, and that's you. This really breaks it down, doesn't it? On one side, you have the forgers, AI with the power to create infinite perfect fakes. On the other, you have the guardians, this coalition of tech and policy fighting for a verifiable truth. But the biggest threat here isn't just believing one fake. It's something called the liar's dividend. The risk that if anything can be faked, we stop believing in anything real. And that's when trust in everything just collapses. And that's the big question this leaves us with, right? In a world of synthetic reality, even with all these digital watermarks and government rules, our ability to question what we see online is more important than ever. Our own critical thinking might just be the final and most powerful algorithm we have to defend the truth.